New footage of alleged aliens found in Peru from 1,000 years ago has now been presented to Mexico's Congress. Upon further examination, they appear to be tiny creatures with humanoid features. But after conducting X-rays, they believe they found embryos or eggs. So now the so-called evidence has actually been brought to Congress in Mexico, where the bodies look eerily similar to the bodies allegedly found in Siberia, but also all the gray aliens that have ever been depicted. Now the up-close images look creepy, but not like other 1,000-year-old living creatures that we've discovered. But the X-ray is where it gets weird, with its spiral-like ribcage, and more importantly, the eggs inside. So this just feels like the first 10 minutes of any monster movie ever, where you have this crazy scientist being laughed at over his absurd findings, and when he finally gets to show government officials his 3 intact alien eggs that finally were given enough sunlight to hatch, they laugh at him too. And before you laugh at the concept of this becoming a reality, just know, a few years ago scientists claimed they accidentally created a new hybrid animal. Yes, accidentally. So hopefully you already picked up your tinfoil beanie from decoyvoice.com, because we're going to need it. As the Daily Mail originally covered the story about the watershed moment aliens were presented to Congress, where they described the body not part of our terrestrial evolution, with 30% of their genetic composition still unknown, with its bird-like retractable neck and long skull, light bones without teeth, and implants of rare earth metals. Now, it should be noted that 8 years ago he made similar claims about finding alien bodies, but it later turned out to be a human child. And YouTuber Scientists Against Myths put out a video 2 years ago claiming that the alien's hand bones all don't match, with human femurs as arms, and one of its legs were a femur turned around and the other leg was a tibia, which are all mismatched with no joints and couldn't possibly even walk. Now, at least to me, this is all easily explainable, as a person that discovered the alien probably did what I do when I assemble IKEA furniture. As long as all the pieces kinda fit where they should, and the finished product somewhat looks like the picture, I think we're pretty good here. Unless it encounters someone that's actually seen my smorgasbord before and says, hey, that's not supposed to look like that. So my question would be, how would this YouTuber know the skeleton is wrong unless they've actually seen the real alien to compare it to? But I guess this all falls apart when they discovered the alien head seems to just be a llama skull, backwards, shaven down to look different. Now I really just want to believe that this is indeed an alien creature, but experts online have begun chiming in on X saying that it looks too human, and DNA testing could invalidate this skeleton in minutes. And even Ryan Graves, the former US Navy pilot that encountered a UFO, who recently testified in front of US Congress about the dangers aliens present to the American people. He actually went to the presentation of alien bodies to the Mexican Congress, and later took to Twitter to state that this was a huge step backwards regarding aliens, and he was disappointed at the stunt, which would take away from how NASA recently released their findings about UFOs.
Based on our current findings and methodology, that we find no evidence to suggest that UAP are extraterrestrial in origin. And previous work from the RO has shown that most events are explainable as planes, balloons, drones, weather phenomenon, and instrument features.
So yes, there are strange objects civilians spot in the sky that are completely explainable, but then Daily Mail reports how NASA was only given $100,000 and 9 months to look into this, where the evidence isn't enough to reach reliable conclusions, and although they cannot suggest any of this is extraterrestrial, they still cannot explain numerous UAP sightings. So sad to say, this just seems like another case of people not really trusting the experts, where they simultaneously claim that these are not alien crafts, but there's still about 2% of them that we don't know what they are, how they work, where they came from, but give us more tax dollars because reasons. And just ignore the fact that we recently created a brand new separate military branch specifically for space wars. And the man that has done the most to get humanity into space, Elon Musk, well, the government is suing them for not hiring refugees when hiring refugees would violate international traffic in arms regulations, and also investigating him for treason for not supporting a war against a country that US Congress has not declared war on. But what do I know? I'm just a guy online selling tinfoil hats and noticing things, hoping that the powers that be aren't actually noticing me. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on why AI chatbots are constantly warning us specifically about August 12th.